Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. If you are new here and if you are coming back, then welcome back. Thank you so much for being here as always. Before we begin today's practice, I would just like to remind you that if you would like to participate in a retreat that I will be on along with one of my really good friends, Doriane, who's also an amazing yoga teacher, we're going to be hosting a retreat in May with this studio that I am managing currently. So you can find more information on the website houseofom.lu/retreats, but I'll write that down in the description, don't worry. It's going to be in Mallorca in May, from May 26th to May 31st of 2025. So I would love to see you there. It's going to be really nice. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Today we do not need any props, but feel free to have your blocks nearby as always. They can always be a wonderful tool to elevate your practice. But if you don't have some, don't worry, it's all good. I don't either. So let's get started. And we'll start in a cross-legged seat at the back of the mat. You can place your hands on your knees. And we'll just start by taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. I'll just turn so that you can see me a little better. Good. So let's take a few more breaths here. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Now let's start to breathe in and out through the nose and just adding some shoulder rolls. So inhale, push into your hands, lift the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, circle the shoulders back and down. Again, inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, circle them back and down. Two more, breathe in. And last one. And keep the shoulders down. Let's bring the right ear down to the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, chin into chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin into chest. So just moving in these half circle movements. If you feel good and you want to do full circles, you can. Just try to keep extending your neck without letting the head drop back. We'll stay here for another 4 breaths. Let's keep the chin into the chest and then breathing in, pull your chest through your arms, gaze up. Exhale, let's round the spine, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale to open up the chest, so think of seated cat and cows. Exhale to round. Let's do another 3. Breathing in, pulling chest forward. Exhale, squeezing navel back to spine, round. Last 2. And last one. And let's come back through center. Reach both arms above your head. And let's side bend to the right. Left arm reaches up and over your left ear. Now as you breathe out, let's bend the left elbow so the left hand is holding the back of the head. Inhale to open up the chest more. Exhale, let's touch left elbow to right knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. Extend your left arm over your left ear. Now let's swoop the left arm forward. Swoop the right arm forward, side bend to the left. Inhale, come back through center, reach both arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Both arms reach up. Inhale. Side bend to the left. Take a deep breath in and out. And then let's bend the right elbow, right hand to the back of the head. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, elbow to knee for 3. 2, and 1. Extend your right arm over the right ear. Swoop your right arm forward. Swoop your left arm forward. Side bend to the right. Inhale, both arms reach up above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Now we're going to just roll over the shins, come into tabletop, and let's move in a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, open up front body. Exhale to round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. One more, breathing in. Exhale, round. Come back to a neutral spine, gaze forward. Now let's just drop the elbows down to the mat and press up for 5, 4, just waking up the triceps, 3, 2, 1. Keep the elbows down. Pull yourself forward, upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips back and up. You can walk it out, shake out the head, whatever movement feels good. And let's come back through center. Walk the hands all the way back to your feet. Grab opposite hand to opposite elbow. Start to dangle side to side, swaying the upper body. And then release the fingertips down on the mat, halfway lift, inhale. Bend your right knee, right fingertips stay underneath the nose, left arm reaches up. Exhale, circle left hand down. Switch sides, bend the left knee, right arm circles up. Exhale, circle right hand down. Bend the knees, roll up high mountain. Right hand holds the left wrist, side bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Come high on the toes. Exhale, lower hips to heels. Bring the fingertips down on the mat, halfway lift. Walk your hands forward, high plank. Let's take 1 push-up, hold chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Press up. Come back to tabletop, drop the knees. Turn your fingers out to the sides, tuck the toes. Let's roll or circle over the wrists and knees in one direction. And in the other. Come back through center. Turn your fingers towards each other, palms face up. And let's squeeze the hands into fists for 3, open, and squeeze, 2, open, and squeeze as hard as you can for 3, 2, 1, release. Come back to tabletop. Press off your hands. Let's sit on the heels, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Interlace all 10 fingers, press the palms away from you, chin into chest. And then breathing in, let's stand on the knees, reach the arms above the head. Exhale, interlace your hands at your lower back. Open up the heart for 3. As you breathe out, slowly release. Let's come back to tabletop. See if you can lift your knees off the mat. Lift your right foot, so just point the right toes, and see if you can hover your left hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, switch sides, point the left toes, hover the right hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, downward facing dog, send the hips back and up. 1 deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Right leg rises, inhale. Bend the right knee, open up the right hip, and let's just circle out the right ankle in one direction. And in the other. As you breathe out, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Step your right foot just behind the left wrist. Let's drop that left knee down, and we're just going to rock back and forth. So keeping those right toes flexed, move back and forth. Right big toe is off the mat for 3, 2, and 1. Come forward so the shoulders are directly over the wrists. Lift your left knee. Right foot steps just behind the right wrist. Right arm reaches forward. Left knee taps the right ankle. Now, if you can, reach your left arm forward and then step into active squat. If you need that left hand on the mat, that's totally fine. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, Malasana Yogi Squat. Let's wiggle into the hips, moving side to side. And then reach your right arm underneath the right knee, left arm reaches up. 2 more breaths. And then both hands come back to heart center, left arm reaches underneath left knee, right arm reaches up. Exhale, both hands come back to heart center. Plant the hand, step back, high plank. Chaturanga, hold, low plank for 3, 2, 1, press up. Bring your knees and elbows down to the mat. Pull yourself forward, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale, breathe in. And breathe out. Left leg rises, inhale. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. Let's circle left ankle in one direction. Trying to keep your hips squared. And in the other. As you breathe out, left knee to right elbow twist. Send it back, three-legged dog. Left knee, left, right elbow. Step your left foot just behind the right wrist. Drop your left knee, drop the right knee, and then move back and forth. So really flexing those left toes. If anything feels weird in your left leg, obviously don't continue that movement. So you can make the movements a little bit smaller or modify as needed. Keeping the hips squared. Keep moving for 3. Moving nice and slowly, nice and controlled. You might notice one side feels way tighter than the other. Next time you come forward, let's pause here. Push into the hands, lift your right knee. Left foot steps just behind the left wrist. Left arm reaches forward. Right knee taps the left ankle. Either step the right foot already to the top right corner of the mat or balance here, right arm reaches forward, and then step into active squat. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, once again, Malasana. Interlace the hands in front of you. Press the palms away from you, reach the arms up. Hold for 5, 4. Keep growing tall, squeeze the lower ribs in. 3, a little taller. Try to push yourself. 2, and 1. Bring the hands just behind you. Let's sit down. Keep the knees bent, hands in front of you. Let's straighten the legs and bend for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Rebend both knees. Bring both knees over to the right. Twist as far as you can to the right, and then come onto your elbows and breathe deeply into the lower belly. So you should feel the tiniest little stretch over your left hip. Deep belly breathing to feel the stretch a little more. And then let's come back onto the hands. Make your way through center, knees lift, and then both knees go over to the left. Lengthen the spine, twist as much as you can to the left. When you can't twist anymore, come onto your hands. For 5. Breathing in, let's come back onto the hands, look through center, extend the legs out, but not too far apart. Reach the arms out to the sides, keeping a flat back. Let's lower and lift for 5. Exhale, lower and lift, keeping that back engaged, keep lengthening the spine for 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, cross over the shins, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Lower halfway and hold for 3, 2, 1. Push up. Knees and elbows to the mat. Pull yourself forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let's take 3 rounds of sun salutation. Come high onto the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump, active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, optional crow pose before jumping back. Maybe add your push-up. Knees and elbows to the mat, pull yourself forward, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Come high on the toes, inhale. Bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Active squat. Oops. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump into your vinyasa, maybe crow pose. And we meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Last one at your own pace. Taking your time. If you want to change anything, go for it. We meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale. And release. Right leg rises, breathe in. Bend the right knee, open up the hip, come into wild thing. Maybe bend the right elbow, right hand holds the back of the head. Stay here for 3. And then very slowly, let's step the right foot to the top right corner of the mat. Right arm reaches forward. Look forward, let's kick the left leg through. Maybe catch your left foot with your right hand, and then step it back. Reach both arms forward, inhale. Exhale, drop your left knee, interlace the hands at your lower back, open up the chest for 5. As you breathe in, look forward, reach both arms forward, step into active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands. This time we hold our crow pose for 5, 4, 3, Keep squeezing heels to butt. If the toes are on the mat as well, that's okay. 2. And 1. Step or jump back, your vinyasa. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Left leg rises, inhale. Bend the left knee, open up the hip, wild thing. Maybe left hand holds the back of the head. Slowly, let's step that left foot forward. Keep reaching your left arm forward. Kick the right leg through. Maybe the left hand holds the right foot. Step back. Reach both arms alongside your ears. Exhale, drop the right knee. Interlace the hands at your lower back. Open up the chest. As you breathe in, both arms reach forward. Lift the right knee, step into active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands. Once again, crow pose, we hold for 5. And then your vinyasa, step or float back. Maybe the extra push-up, maybe you skip it. We meet in downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Either peace fingers wrap around the big toes or hands slide underneath your feet. Take a deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides, fold over your legs. Let the head hang heavy. 3 more breaths. One hand at a time, slide the hands out from underneath your legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Bend the knees, reach the arms forward alongside the ears. Bear pose, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly sit the hips onto the heels. Bring your knees down on the mat. Hands can come on your heels. Let's press the hips forward and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Coming into camel pose. If you need to come in a different way, of course you can. And then very slowly sit back onto the heels, untuck the toes. Let's sit on the heels for a moment with the toes untucked. Hands rest on your knees and close the eyes. Letting the heart rate slow down, the breath deepen. Noticing how you're feeling. And taking back control over the breath, over your energy. With the eyes closed, or you can blink them open, let's make our way back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, right leg rises. Bend the right knee, open up the hip, wild thing. Inhale. Exhale, let's touch the hips to the floor 1 time. Inhale, lift the hips. Right arm reaches towards the top of the mat. Right foot steps to the top right corner of the mat. Kick your left leg through. Now from here, we're going to come into low boat. Inhale, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High boat, plant your right foot. Left hand goes just beside the left hip. Lift the hip, step your left leg back. Inhale, both arms reach alongside the ears. Now exhale, bent leg, warrior 3. Hands to the heart space, balancing on that right foot. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, let's open up into half moon. Right fingertips can find the floor. Now very delicately reverse your warrior. Step the left foot back, right arm reaches up. Maybe taking a bind of the hands behind the upper back, if that feels nice. And then as you exhale, release the bind of the hands, Skandasana to the left. One more breath here. Now keeping the hips nice and low, let's go all the way to the top of the mat. Left hand underneath the left shoulder, pivoting onto the outer blades of the feet. Right arm reaches back, horizon lunge. And really pushing out of that left shoulder. 2 more breaths. As you breathe in, lift the hips, right arm reaches forward. Exhale, let's bring the right fingertips down, drop the left knee, half splits. On your next inhale, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain rise. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step, walk, float, handstand to the back of the mat, your vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Left leg rises. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. Wild thing. Inhale. Exhale, touch the hips to the floor. Inhale, lift. Reach your left arm towards the top of the mat. Left foot steps to the top left corner. Kick your right leg through. Low boat. High boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant your left foot. Right hand goes right beside the right hip. Push into the mat, lift the hips. Step your right foot back. Both arms reach forward, inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart space, bent leg, warrior 3, and hold for 5, 4, 3, squeezing that right glute, try to lift the right leg a little higher, 2, and 1, half moon, open. Slow motion, let's step it back, reverse warrior. Maybe binding the hands behind the back if that feels nice. As you breathe out, come into Skandasana to the right. So bending that right knee, straightening the left leg, squeezing that left thigh as much as you can. 2 more breaths here. Trying to open up the chest, pulling those shoulders back and down. And then let's transition to the top of the mat. Right hand underneath the right shoulder. Come onto the outer blades of the feet, horizon lunge. And make sure you're not sinking into this right shoulder. So push the mat away, elevate. And hold for 3. And breathing in, lift the hips, left arm reaches forward. Bring your left hand underneath the left shoulder, drop the right knee, half splits. As you breathe in, step into halfway lift. Exhale, fold. High mountain rise. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift to breathe in. Plant the hands, step, walk, float. Chaturanga. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Right leg rises, inhale. Bend the right knee, open up the hip, wild thing. Exhale, touch the floor. Inhale, lift the hips. Let's step that right foot to the top right corner of the mat. Step your left foot through, so right arm keeps reaching forward, and then immediately step it back again. Both arms reach alongside the ears. Inhale. Exhale, bent leg, warrior three. Now, keeping the hands at the heart space, inhale, open up the shoulders and hips to half moon. Exhale, come back to bent leg, warrior three. Two more. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open up the arms, half moon. Step back, reverse warrior. Skandasana to the left. Let's sit down. Turn the left knee in, point the left toes, reach the arms back, chest towards the right foot. Inhale, come back to Skandasana. Two more like that. Exhale, sit. Turn the left knee in, reach the arms back, chest towards right leg. Inhale, Skandasana. One more time, and of course you can help yourself with your hands, that's totally fine. Back to Skandasana. Keeping the hips nice and low, make your way to the top of the mat, pivot onto the outer blades of the feet. Inhale, lift the hips, both arms reach forward. Exhale, half splits. Now let's rebend this right knee. Heel toe the right foot over to the left wrist. Plant your hands. Last time we were doing this with the left knee on the mat, so we were moving back and forth. This time, see if you can lift that left knee off the floor. Maybe the right knee taps the floor, and then maybe you fully straighten the right leg. Only if it feels good. For 5, so you can do really small movements or really big movements. Just make sure you're moving mindfully. Again, moving a little slower just to make sure that nothing feels funky. Next time your right leg is straight, let's move both hands all the way over to the right. So they're even maybe off the mat. And hold. Both legs are straight. Now let's walk the hands all the way over to the left. Come into a very wide-legged goddess squat, cactusing the arms and lifting the chest. For 5, go a little lower. 4, knees a little wider. 3, 2, and 1. Pivot to the top of the mat, bring your hands down, drop the right knee, slide the left leg back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, pigeon pose. Forehead can rest on your hands. If you need to readjust the position of the legs, you can. On your next inhale, let's lift the chest, Pivot so that you're sitting on both sit bones, slide the right leg out. Deep breath in, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, let's fold through the legs. For 5, keeping the legs nice and active. And again, trying to think of that really long spine. So we're not trying to go to the ground necessarily, but you're trying to see how far forward you can bring your chest. And as you breathe in, let's press into the hands, lift the chest, and we're going to rebend that right knee. Pivot to face the top of the mat, tuck the left toes, step back, three-legged dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Come high on the toes. Bend the knees, hips to heels. Roll all the way into upward facing dog. So let's straighten the legs, round the spine, drop the hips, peel the chest open, really squeeze the glutes, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift your chin. Exhale, chin into chest, push the mat away, round through downward facing dog, bend the knees. 2 more like that, inhale. All the way into upward facing dog. Exhale, round. All the way back to your crouch. Last time into upward facing dog. And back to your crouch. High plank, inhale. Your vinyasa, exhale. And we meet in downward facing dog. We'll do that one more time on the left. So left leg rises, inhale. Bend the left knee, open up the hip, wild thing. Drop the hips. Inhale, lift the hips. Let's step the left foot to the top left corner of the mat. Nice and slowly. Both arms reach forward. Hands to the heart space, bent leg, warrior 3. Now let's rotate chest and hips open to the right. Exhale, curl in. Maybe the hands can touch the floor. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, straighten the left leg, open. Open up the arms, half moon. Step back, reverse warrior. And come into Skandasana to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out, let's sit down. Turn your right knee in, point the right toes, reach the arms back, chest towards the left knee. Inhale, come back to Skandasana with or without the help of the hands. Exhale, sit down, turn the right knee in, fold over your left leg. Inhale, Skandasana. One more time. Back to Skandasana. Make your way to the top of the mat, right hand underneath the right shoulder, horizon lunge. Inhale, lift the hips, both arms reach, or left arm reaches forward. Drop the left fingertips, half splits. Now rebend your left knee, heel toe your left foot over to your right wrist. Keep the left toes flexed. Maybe lift that right knee, and then you can bring the left knee towards the mat, and then maybe straighten the leg for 5. Only do what feels okay. So if it's just tiny movements up here, that's fine. Okay. Listen to your body. For 3. 2. 1. Let's try to straighten the left leg. Walk both hands off the mat to the left. So my left big toe is still lifted off the mat. For 5. Now from here, let's walk the hands all the way over to the right. Come into a very wide goddess squat. This time placing those hands on the knees, thumbs point in, fingers point out. I'm gonna place all my weight into the hands, arms are nice and straight. And then let's drop the right shoulder, look over the left shoulder. And then breathe in, come back through center. Drop the left shoulder, look over the right. Come back through center. Release the hands, pivot to face the top of the mat. Let's come into pigeon pose. Drop the left knee, slide the right leg back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come all the way down using your hands as a pillow. And notice the difference between the sides. Maybe your left side feels much more open or much tighter than the right. Just observing the little quirks of your body. As you breathe in, let's come back onto the hands, lift the chest, sit on both sit bones, extend the left leg out, maybe a little bit wider this time. Take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let's fold through the legs. And we hold for another 10. As you breathe in, let's walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Look towards the top of the mat. Bend just your left knee so that you can roll over your left knee. Plant the hands, three-legged dog, left leg rises. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And release. Let's bring both knees back down, child's pose. Now from child's pose, we're just going to slide forward onto the belly and finish by a gentle stretch. So right arm reaches out to the right, bend your left knee, left elbow, and let's roll onto the right side. You can point your left knee up towards the sky so you're still opening up the hip. Maybe left arm goes behind the back. And then come back onto your belly. And let's switch sides. Left arm reaches out to the left, roll onto the left side. Bend your right knee, right elbow. Deep belly breaths here. Come back through center. Hands underneath the shoulders. Make your way through child's pose. And then tabletop. Come back to a neutral spine. Walk your knees forward. Let's come into a seat, extending both legs out in front of you, Paschimottanasana, removing the flesh from underneath the sit bones. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold over your legs for 5. Keep squeezing navel in. 3. Now let's reach the arms forward. Start to round your spine. Imagine there's an imaginary ball in front of your belly. Let's roll over the ball. Nice and slowly come all the way down to your back. Reach the arms above the head. Take a full body stretch. And then bring your knees into the chest. And let's keep the right knee in. Extend your left leg. Take a deep breath in, lift the forehead to the knee. Hold. And then release the back of the head, twist. Right knee goes over to the left. If you would like to bend your left knee, right hand can catch the top of the left foot. And then slowly come back through center. Bring both knees into the chest. Keep your left knee in, extend your right leg. Inhale, lift the forehead to the knee for 3. And then slowly let the head down on the mat. Left knee goes over to the right. And if you want to bend that right knee, left hand can hold the right foot if that's accessible. Let's come back through center. Knees into the chest. Hug both knees in. Let's lift the forehead to the knees. Hold and squeeze for 3. And exhale, let it all go. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. And another inhale. Exhale, let it go. Allow yourself a moment to fully relax, to be still, letting your body and your mind absorb everything we did in today's practice. Noticing the quality of your breath and of the energy in the body. Giving yourself this time to check in. If you find your mind is wandering a lot, that's completely normal. Just try to bring it back over and over again onto the present moment. Whatever makes it the easiest for you to focus on, whether that's the breath or the heartbeat or music if you have any. And if today's just one of those days where it's really hard to focus, don't judge yourself for it. It happens to all of us. It's normal. At least you showed up here. At least you made it through the practice. Stay here for a few more moments together in silence. In your own time, you can start to wake your body up, deepen the breath. And either stay lying for a few more moments or make your way out of Shavasana and into a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, and if there's anything that you would like to see in the next video. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and namaste.